I know people get that feeling. Why do you think I did this? Why do you think that? And it can be offensive. I can understand. If I'm walking outside of a store and the alarm goes off and then three guys tackle me, I'm going to be pissed. Because obviously I didn't steal something. I'm going to be pissed. I understand that. I can understand Manny Pacquiao's initial reaction. But then that goes away after a while. They say, you know what? They think I want it? Okay, I'll show them I'm not. Here you go. That anger gets turned into, I'm going to prove you wrong. You channel that anger. You just say, I'm going to prove you guys wrong. I'm clean. What do you think? Just the thing. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say I know for sure. I suspect that he's taking easy up. And that's just me. Now, given the current
environment... Not alone.
Yeah. Given the current environment in sports...
Right. And this goes throughout sports as well. That's for sure.
Tour de France. Go check it out. Go look up the Tour de France.
Yeah.
Everybody's drug into that sport.
Yeah. Now, do I say he's a criminal? Is he a bad person? Should he be, staked to a cross? No. But, he's a human being, too. He's a human being. We're all human beings. We all err. We all make mistakes. We all don't always do the right thing. How many people, they saw $100 on the street, would they pick it up, put it in their pocket, and not go to the police station to return it? A lot of people would do that. It's just the nature of the beast. So is it wrong to suspect? No, it's not. It really isn't wrong to suspect, because you know why? So many other athletes in the past have denied and denied and denied. Okay? Until their back was up against the wall and they had their hands caught in the cookie jar and the crumbs were dripping from their lips, that's when they said, I did it. That's when they said, I did it.
Yep. And these are guys that are stand-up guys. As far as the media comes across, stand-up guys.
Yeah, you would think that the way Mark McGuire carried himself, the impression I get is he's a very nice guy.
Right.
Gives you that type I don't know him.
Sammy Sosa. Everybody loved his ass.
They're not bad people because they want to win. They want to win. They're not bad people because of that. We've all been tempted to do things. Even at work, things get swept underneath the rug. Everything happens. There's things that happen. Okay. There's little white lines that get crossed. We've seen it. We've seen it. So it's to suspect. If you suspect, you shouldn't be attacked. Well, what do you do? Well, this is my theory, and this is just my opinion, and this is the way I see it. Now, I'm not saying that I've seen him take anything. I haven't been in the locker room. I didn't see him take anything. But he's 147 pounds. And he's throwing more punches now than when he was a featherweight. It just doesn't happen. Again, he's taking the punches from guys that are bigger than him. When I saw Juan Manuel Marquez hit him and knock him across the ring. Now, EPO, as we all know, well, not all of us know, but I know a little bit about EPO. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a sports scientist, but I know what EPO does. It increases the red blood cells, and when you have an increase of red blood cells in your system, it produces more oxygen in your body, and oxygen is used for endurance, number one, and number two, it helps you recover from trauma, from head trauma specifically. So when you're getting hit in the head, if you're able to utilize oxygen more efficiently than you normally would, or if you have an increase of uptake of oxygen going to your brain, you recover from head trauma quicker. And that's what the EPO does. It helps you with endurance, helps you with oxygen utilization. So you're getting hit flush. You're on the ropes taking shots. After the fight, you have a bandage wrapped around your head, and your eardrum is broken. And you're able to just still throw 1,000 punches throughout. You weren't able to do that at 126 pounds. You weren't able to do that at 130. And you really weren't able to do it at 135. You just started showing signs of it. You really didn't fight anyone that was a great fighter.
One fight.
So we don't, yeah, it was one fight. So we don't have anything to base that on. But there was a lot of fights in 126. There was a good amount of fights in 130. And we have some stuff that we have empirical data that goes on. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm going to come out and I'm going to say I suspect he's taking EPO. And Shane Mosley took EPO in the Austin De La Hoya fight, and he passed the Nevada State Athletic Commission test. This is just a year ago. And a lot of people have done it. And there's a reason why they have the blood testing now in the Tour de France and the Olympics. There's a reason why. Because people were taking the EPO and they were passing the urine. What the blood test does is it shows an irregularity of red blood cell production in your system. The urine cannot do that. The urine, once the irregularity is made clear, okay, it's known because of the blood test, then the urine can confirm it. So it's a two-step process. So if you're just taking the urine test, it's not going to show up because EPO is in and out of your system so quick. Whereas the blood test, randomly, at any time where you don't know, then you can get caught off guard, and if you're taking it, you can get back. Because when people have taken the blood test, you saw what happened in the Tour de France, how many people tested positive for the blood test. Right. I mean, it's just the way it is. And that's just my opinion, man.
Right. Carcino, man, what do you think? And we all know Manny. He had some fun. He did have some fun. He even says it. He may not have as much fun now. He's more serious. Shoot, he's in his 30s. We're all more serious in our 30s. But, or at least hopefully. But, he had some fun off of camp. He said late night poker, drinking with my friends, and Freddie Roach said the same thing. It's not about getting Manny, back in the day, not even that long ago, really, it's not about getting Manny to work hard, it's about getting him to camp. Once we get to camp, we got him. But it was getting him to camp that was the toughest thing. So, just off his style and how he takes care of his body, and he hasn't been beat up. He took his biggest shots in a long time, in his last fight. So, just off that can prove you why there's no talk about that. Garcino, what do you think about this, man? I know that, obviously a lot of, Pacquiao fans and Pac-Tards, and there is a separation in there sometimes, attack you on your channel. Sometimes, obviously, they feel like you're biased to Floyd sometimes, and sometimes not. But, what do you think about this when people say, this is kind of a talker in boxing forums. Like, why isn't there people complaining about this and going to the general public and going on boxing forums and saying this stuff and making videos?
Yeah, dealing with the Pacquiao situation, maybe. You know what's funny about it? When it first came out, I was the one who was defending Manny Pacquiao when this first started, because I felt he was taking supplements, but I was thinking that it was legal in the sport of boxing, but I knew he was taking supplements. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. And I knew from the Diaz fight, from the very first fight, I said, oh my God.
Man, he did look different.
It shocked the world. Yeah, it shocked.
I was like, that's the most complete fight he's ever fought.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's remarkable from one fight, just one fight. That is a remarkable turnaround of events. Pacquiao, people don't remember, he normally shuts down. It's like at the round 8 or 9, his stamina just goes completely down, and he gets tired towards the end of fights. And he did it in the Oscar Larios fight, the Guerrera fight.
You could tell his face, he looked worn down, too. His face used to look pretty worn down.
Yeah, and his energy level goes down.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, one fight, and he's throwing the same amount of punches with the same amount of speed all the way through. And I was like, I've never seen him this focused and this sharp all the way through. And then just so happened to be, here comes Alex Ariza. That was his first full camp with Manny. It's just a lot of coincidences just rolling through. And this is the same guy with Eric Morales. So, he kind of got blackballed out the sport. It's just not good. It's just not a good thing.
Right. Well, and to be fair, there is something about, when people try, and this is something that I got to admit, I'm in between. I'm still in between, I got to admit, because although I suspect something and I go, I do want to see him do it. I want to see him take the test now because I'm suspicious just off that. But, you know, you also do look at the weight class at 130 coming in at 145 and at 135 coming in at 147 the next night. That's going to slow you down. That's going to wear you down. That's not, you're not going to be as sharp per se. But then, again, in that 135, the Diaz fight, like I said, that was his most complete fight that I'd seen in a long time, probably ever at that point. But, you know, it was a great style matchup for him as well. There's no doubt about it. We can't forget about that. Diaz came right to him. But, you know, the fact that he can weigh in at 144 now and get 144 and a half, only go up to 148 or whatever, that obviously helps his endurance. That does help everything as well, too. So we do have to keep in mind, and that's the thing I keep in the back of my mind of that. You know what I mean? And so, you know, everyone's got their viewpoints on it, but it was just one of those topics.